Welcome to Super Athlete.
I feel welcome.
Yeah, you are welcome. What did you do this? You started this thing?
Started this thing.
That's amazing. So we're gonna be talking about my favorite subject, you, and the brand, and how this all came to be, and kind of to help people understand what's going on, what's happening, what they can expect, and just your story, your journey.
Well, it's my favorite subject too because I like to have my ego grow like a well-watered fern. So
Thank
I'm very
you.
excited.
Sounds good. So how did the name come about? And what does that the name mean to you?
What the name means to me, I think that. So let me back up in terms of, I guess, probably why I started it
Yeah.
is that I've been really fortunate. So a lot of my background is in the athlete training space,
Hmm.
and I've been really fortunate to have some really wise mentors in that space, like Dr. Ripley, like Remy Korkemi, like Dwayne Carlisle, like Chris Cooper, where I feel that these are coaches like Fergus Connolly, sports scientist. These are coaches who they dedicated their life 12, 16 hours a day to helping athletes at the highest level get better.
Hmm.
And I felt like, hey, this expertise can be brought into more of the general population because there's a lot of stuff that they can learn from these high performance coaches that can apply to all areas of their life, including health, if
Hmm.
that makes sense.
Yeah. And
And the super athlete piece is, well, if you have a super team working for you, an extraordinary team, then this is what we want the end result to be for our clients that work with us,
yeah.
is to become a super athlete in whatever it is that they're pursuing, whether that's their physical health or whatnot, and then be able to transfer that over and use that to be their best self at work
Hmm.
and at home.
Yeah. Because super athlete in itself carries a long load of disciplinary skills that I think you don't see everywhere. It's your habits. It's how well are you sleeping, how much are you optimizing your physiology, which you always say drives your psychology, and in turn will drive your life. So I found huge inspiration from that, and like hearing you say that. Uh, what even drove you into the health and wellness space um, of human performance?
What drove me into
Yeah,
it?
well, how did you even start? Your interest in that?
What I found was just through so growing up, I started getting in trouble at a very young age,
Hmm.
which became kind of a limiting factor on my own athletic career. And that led to some detours after high school. And as I got to around the age of like 21, 22, no, this is something that's very interesting. I don't know how this is viewed in like the general public, but like personal development, like self improvement,
Hmm.
like I don't know if I had a mind block or what, but I didn't know that you could actually like improve yourself and improve your standing,
Hmm.
really. So once I realized that, oh, okay, I don't like the way I'm my situation. I don't like the way that I'm acting. I can improve that. What can I do to improve that? And then I started really pushing myself physically, and I realized that that was a huge lever to pull. And sports had always been a huge thing of what I aspired to be
Hmm.
growing up. And so I was immediately attracted to that space rather than the space of the general population. So I went out and sought mentors and teachers in that space where I could learn.
Hmm. And then you started working with high school football youth and um, college athletes and things like that as a speed and performance coach, and then moved into the business arena of that. Were you always in the business arena, or were you coach, then moved into the business of athletics?
I've always been in the business arena.
Okay.
That's kind of been my life has been centered around those two things.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's why I think SuperAthlete works so well, because I do have a level of expertise from being in the space and working with a lot of top athletes and a lot of people beyond that for, at this point, a pretty long time. But we have a team here that also, their whole life has been in the coaching space, not as much business.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a ton of really, really, really good coaches like that. So business, yes.
Yeah. I like how you kind of bleed the two, because it is, both are very competitive.
Yes.
And you're a person who, you feed off of that energy, and you know both sides of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the clientele we have now is high performers in the business space who are looking to be high performers in their physiology.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it makes sense how you led up to that. So go you.
Yeah. And I'm a huge believer that the more you dial in your physiology, the more that can transfer over to whatever it is that you do.
Mm-hmm.
So
Definitely.
when we say, join SuperAthlete training camp, it's not to spend 4 to 6 hours a day in the weight room. That's not what it's about. It's about setting yourself up through personalization and through world-class coaching to be at your best doing what it is that you want to do.
Yeah.
With the driving force being that your physiology plays a huge part in that.
I like it. I love it.
Thank you. My ego just grew a little more.
And I want to ask some kind of, because you have so many things. You're reading textbooks, and it's amazing to see your journey personally, and the people you work with. What are some kind of freebies you can give on pushing yourself to the next level that you found work for you in the business space? So whether those are products under $100 that you use, or at $100, maybe 100, 200, we'll say that because hello inflation. What are some things that you use that you've actually found work for you in the business space that you use for specifically your physiology?
I don't know about a purchase, but I'm a huge believer that a great day starts the night before. And that's not necessarily mean that you have to wake up really early, because I'm a believer in the